Hello and welcome to the channel. I just want to let you guys know that I have been listening to your feedback. I was very surprised to have more than one person suggest to me that I do more doll commentary videos. I will totally do more doll commentary videos. I actually sat down the other night and made a list of topics that I wanted to discuss, and I got really excited. So there's definitely going to be more doll commentary videos in the future, but there are still going to be unboxings because one, the unboxing videos are just so much easier to make. I can just sit down in one shot, do it, done. And two, it was kind of the reason I made the channel was because I wanted to talk about the things I was collecting and I didn't have anybody else to talk to. So the unboxing videos let me talk about the things that I'm adding to my collection. But in between unboxing videos, I'm going to start working on commentary videos for you guys. And this one today is one that was on my list, but it was lower on the list. But MGA has just been doing so much lately that I bumped it up to the front because I really have been wanting to talk about what MGA has been up to. They've been really busy lately and kind of changing a lot of things all at once. I find it very fascinating. For those who don't know, MGA is a privately owned company, as in you cannot buy stocks. You cannot be a shareholder for this company. It's privately owned. They have an owner slash founder slash CEO. I don't even know if they have a board, but they don't have any shareholders that they have to report to. They just either make money or they don't make money, and the CEO just gets paid whatever the company makes, you know? So when I see MGA making those decisions and changes, I always look at it through that particular lens. And the company as a whole is just really fascinating to me. So we're just going to cover the different doll lines that they do and what they've been doing lately. The first one is Bratz, and Bratz is really the only one that hasn't seen like a huge change lately. Bratz has kind of been doing business as usual. They've got some new lines coming out. People have a lot of opinions about the Style and Birthdays line because it comes with a t-shirt. My only complaint would be, like, they say it's an oversized tee. I don't know if that's oversized for children or if it's oversized for adults. Bratz is already, like, they're 30 something bucks, and then now they're like 40 bucks with the t-shirt, so we're talking about like a $10 t-shirt. I would still be super pissed if I bought the doll and then couldn't wear the t-shirt. That's really my only opinion on that. I think Bratz seems to be doing quite well. They've done some art collaborations. They got some more coming out. I think the dolls look pretty good. I'm not a Bratz collector just because if I buy one Bratz, then I have to buy a bunch of Bratz, and I am already buying so many different things. I just can't. One day they're going to put out something that I just absolutely cannot pass up. I really like this birthday line. As of right now, I'm not planning to buy any because I just can't afford to go into another doll line right now. But yeah, but Bratz is fine. Like, Bratz is the only one that is not having a big upheaval, and maybe theirs hasn't come yet, or maybe they're just good. Like, maybe their sales are good, there's no need, so nothing's happening. But moving on to OMG, we have that Sanrio collaboration coming out, and this is the first time that they've revamped the OMG faces, and I am so curious to see if it's just for this particular collaboration or if this is the new face of OMG, because I'm kind of digging it. Like, I don't mind it at all. I think the 3D eyelashes are pretty cool. I really, really do not like the OMG faces. Like, they just don't do it for me, which is unfortunate because there are some styles in OMG that are just absolutely amazing. OMG is just one of those doll lines where anything goes. Like, I'm almost jealous of their designers because there's literally no theme. They can make up whatever they want and just put them out. Like, they'll put out like 4 dolls at a time, and those dolls have nothing to do with each other, and they're all great, and they're all completely different vibes, and it's just anything goes, sky's the limit, whatever type of style you want to do, let's do it. I just wish their faces were better. I probably would have owned some by now. I have 2, but I got them both secondhand for super, super cheap. And they were just kind of purchases of opportunity. But the new face is just, I'm very curious because they've done a collaboration before. They did it with the Powerpuff Girls a little while back, and they didn't update the faces for that one, which they probably should have done something. I don't want to be too opinionated in this video about dolls, but look, I'm gonna be a little opinionated. Like, I did not like the Powerpuff Girl dolls at all. When OMG announced that they were doing Powerpuff Girls, I was like, oh, that's fun. I want to see what they look like. And when they came out, I was just like, no, absolutely not. I think they're terrible. The quality of OMG is so high, and then they put out those Powerpuff Girls with those horrible faces and with the very underwhelming outfits. And I was just like, way to put your best foot forward. I really feel like they're putting their best foot forward with these Sanrio dolls. I might actually get one. I don't know right now. I want to see them in person. And I am a little disappointed that the hats they have are plastic. I don't know why they couldn't make a material, soft little hat that you could put on their heads. I don't know why it has to be this plastic. That's really my biggest complaint about this doll line. But I am so curious what's going to happen after the Sanrio, if they're going to adopt this new face. I feel like the new faces have been getting nothing but positive feedback. So I guess if you still want to keep the faces, maybe let MGA know? I don't know. I don't know if a decision has already been made that this is the new face of OMG, or if this is just going to be for Sanrio, but I'm very curious. I'm sure a lot of you have seen this post about the closure of the Rainbow High brand, that the design team has been disbanded. I don't know if this is true. I don't know where this came from. I'm not a doll news person. I don't know where to check sources. I don't know what's going on with this. But I will tell you that I'm not surprised. The second Mirror Me came out, I was like, Rainbow High's over. The first thing that came to my mind when I saw those dolls in their very grainy picture. Like, this is going to replace Rainbow High. It's over. And we have really just been looking at the last gasps of Rainbow High for a while. I mean, it's not getting better. I can't imagine their sales are getting better either. But what is most fascinating to me is the fact that we, the consumer, did not decide that Rainbow High was over. MGA decided it. A lot of times, toy lines just run their course. The collectors who started the boom get out of it, they change, they get older, they get into different things. There's a natural ebb and flow to things like this where a toy line just gets older and kind of ages out. And despite best efforts of the company, the sales peter out, and the main consumer base just kind of gets tired of it. I don't think this happened with Rainbow High. We were loving it. MGA came out with Shadow High. They were doing all this cool stuff, and they were the ones who started taking away things from us. They took away the second outfits. They took away the articulation. They took away the doll stands. They took away all the things that made the dolls great. They started doing these absolutely terrible gimmicks. If you've watched some of my other doll videos, I bought 3 of the lava leg dolls because I still really like the designs. 2 of those dolls ended up leaking. One I returned to Target and replaced, and then the other one, I had her for too long, and I was just like, screw it. I had another doll that I thrifted, and I just did a donor body, and that body went in the trash. Both legs on that one were leaking, and they had leaked all into her outfit, and I still haven't tried to clean it. But MGA is the one that started giving us these absolutely horrific products. We still wanted Rainbow High, we just didn't want this Rainbow High. It's terrible. It's so strange that they lowered the quality of their product and then were like, why is Rainbow High not doing so well? And then they turn around and they put out Mirror Me Academy, which is all the quality that we that we wanted with Rainbow High. They're just like, oh, maybe Rainbow High is just over and people don't want Rainbow High anymore. We wanted Rainbow High. You took it away from us. Tell you what, as soon as that Mirror Me picture came out, I was immediately like, well, time to shut it down. Time to decide what my Rainbow High collection is going to look like, because there's nothing good that's going to be coming out. There's no other dolls that I want so far what they've showed us. So now I am looking to old dolls to see if there's any more that I want, because for either higher prices or lower prices, the prices change when a company stops producing a product. Usually when they stop producing a product, the prices go up. Not always. If the consumer base is actually disgusted with the company, they start offloading their collections, so prices will actually go down. And I'm not really sure what is going to go on with Rainbow High prices. I actually purchased some grails recently that I unboxed, and the prices were fair. They weren't particularly egregious, and I was finding some dolls that were actually going new in box for a really, really good deal. I do suggest, if you are into Rainbow High and you don't have all the dolls that you are looking for, you may want to start at least looking at prices, making sure that you're getting which dolls you want. I personally am going to start offloading. I'm going to be cleaning it up. Like, I've pretty much now defined what my collection is, and I need to decide how much space Rainbow High is going to take, and then that's going to be it. Supposedly they're going to put out the projects they had already set in motion that are already in the works, and then that's going to be it. And I don't plan on getting any of them that I've seen so far. I'm good. I'm done. Once again, I just think it's so funny that Rainbow High is seeing an end because of the company, because the company wouldn't put out the quality that we want to buy. They want to do all these stupid gimmicks. They want to dumb down the fashions. They want to take away the things from us that we really liked about Rainbow High, and then they're like shooting themselves in the foot. They're like, why aren't we making money with Rainbow High? It must be that nobody wants them anymore. So that brings us to Mirror Me, and I'm not going to talk about them too much because every channel I watch is talking about Mirror Me, and I'm just kind of oversaturated and a little bit overwhelmed by it. Yes, I'm excited for the dolls. Yes, I like them. Yes, I'm gonna buy most, if not all of them. But I am so tired of seeing Mirror Me videos. I'm not going to talk about them again after this until the dolls come out and I can review them. But I just want to talk a little bit about them in the broader sense. We're not going to review every doll. I'm so tired of that. I think the theme is really strange, how it is a style of music mixed with an emotion. To me, these just look like art dolls. It looks like they gave each designer a doll and told them to create a doll, and they did. Which I think is brilliant. I feel like that's kind of like how OMG does it. You just let your designers go wild and they come up with something amazing. That's what this doll line looks to me, and I'm 100% behind that. I feel like forcing them to pick a genre of music mixed with an emotion is a lot and kind of weird, but I mean, you can't argue with the results other than, where's the doll stands? I just want doll stands. Like, we're already paying $30. I guarantee doll stands aren't that expensive. Can I just have doll stands with my $30 fancy designer dolls? Please, that would be so great. But the advertisement and release of these dolls has been very fascinating to me, and I'm really wondering what their marketing budget was, because it doesn't really seem like there's a lot of marketing. It's just been word of mouth. Like I said, everybody cannot shut up about these dolls. I don't even know what this is, because it's not quite a drop. It's kind of a drop, but like this big grand reveal where they invited some influencers and they had like a little mini event. And the event itself is fascinating to me. I am not familiar with events like this. I don't know if what they're doing is weird or if this is normal, but apparently they only invited like 5 people maybe, and they were all dudes, which I thought was weird. But I know of 2 of them that were there that I have looked at their YouTube page, and they have over 1 million followers, so I can understand why they were invited, because all they had to do was invite these people with their 1 million follower accounts. What did they do? They flew them out somewhere and gave them dinner and showed them dolls, and now they have millions of people that these guys are just going to post. It's just gonna post for. I think it's kind of brilliant. That's like the most easiest advertising ever. But I'll tell you what, if I was there, like, I do not have the personality to be at this kind of event. If I showed up and there were only 5 people and that was all the guests, like, I can't handle I really can't handle being in the spotlight like that, and I would feel so much pressure to, like, perform. They took them in and, like, fed them dinner, and then I think between, like, each course, they featured one doll and, like, talked about all the features with the doll. I saw one video that was kind of showing how they were doing this, and I got really uncomfortable. I felt like there was kind of this pressure to perform from their guests to, like, say out loud and be like, "Oh, wow, that's so cool that you did that," that kind of thing. I saw those videos first, and then I saw people talking about that their guests were all male, which really surprised me because I sure heard a lot of female people, like, kind of performing and being like, "Oh, that's so exciting, that's so great." I don't know what's up with this event. I don't know what it was like to be there, even with videos. I feel like I would be super uncomfortable if I was there, but apparently before dinner, they got, like, this grand tour with the designers that was showing, like, the art and, like, them doing the hair and creating the bodies and everything, and I would've holy shit, I would've paid money to see that. That is so cool. I would've showed up for that, and then they're like, "Hey, now come to dinner, it's just gonna be 5 people," and I would've been like, "Nope. Nope, I'm not doing that." I just don't have the personality for that kind of thing. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying the people who went didn't have a good time. I'm saying me personally, I don't know if that sort of event is made for somebody like me. But once again, like, I'm not even really judging any of this. I just find it really fascinating. And I just kind of wanted to bring it up for those who maybe didn't consider the same thoughts that I have and maybe, let you guys ruminate on some of this stuff because I just find it super interesting. And then, of course, on was it the 1st? The 1st of July, they did a drop on the website, and I don't know who was surprised. I was not surprised. They sold out within like 2 minutes, and I was not surprised at all. Of course, they were going to sell out, and like, who cares? All these dolls are going to be available in regular stores. We're going to find them in Walmart. We're going to find them at Target. We're going to find them all over the place. I didn't even try. Like, I don't have the bandwidth for something like that in my life to like stress out over a purchase that you may or may not get. Like, I don't do it. I don't live my life that way. I didn't even try to get dolls. I don't care. I'll get them when I can see them on the shelf and I can decide for myself if I like these dolls because I don't know if I'm going to get them all. But I don't see any problem with any of this. It's once again just more free advertising for them that now there's a couple extra besides the 5 people that they invited that are now getting these dolls as well, so that's just more free advertising. And holy crap, they're getting so much advertising. Like I said, I'm so sick of hearing about Mirror Me. There's videos everywhere, every day, new ones. I'm so tired of it. I'll just whenever they go on the shelf, I'm gonna get them, I'm going to open them and review them, and maybe never talk about them again, I don't know. One last thing about Mirror Me before we close it up, and I don't know if this is true, like, I get my news from, like, other doll news sites, and I don't know how well they check their sources. Like, that's the best I can do. I can't go research. I don't know who, like, the most trusted trusted resources are. Like, I don't know. I have heard that Mirror Me is getting an animated series and it's going to be an anime, which I am super interested in. The trend right now is if there is an animated series based on a doll line, it is the shittiest CGI that you've ever seen in your life. I hate it so much. Rainbow High is the worst. Rainbow High, I love these dolls. I cannot even look at that animated series. It's so fugly. The animation is so fucking bad. I cannot stress how terrible the look of the show is and the animation within the show it's so bad. I don't know about the writing because I can't sit and watch it. Monster High has been hit and miss. I really like the old webtoon series that was in Flash. I didn't mind that at all. But some of the CGI stuff, I'm just like, no, no, thank you. I've even seen some CGI. I think there's like a movie coming out where the characters actually look like the dolls, like they have doll joints, and I hate that. I hate that so much. That's not how you're supposed to do it. You're not supposed to remind your audience that the characters are dolls. You're supposed to play with the dolls and imagine that they're real, not the other way around. That's so strange. Now, to be fair, anime can also have really shitty animation. Just because it's anime doesn't mean it's going to be the best show ever. I am curious as to what the genre slash plot of this is, because when I heard anime, the first thing I thought was magical girls. And I thought maybe since there is a music theme to it, that we're gonna get something like K-pop Demon Hunters, maybe? Like they're all musicians. Like if I was in charge of it, it would be like they're musicians and they go fight monsters or something. I don't want another show from MGA that's just, like, all about fashion. I like fashion dolls, I like fashion, but I cannot watch Rainbow High. I need something a little bit more substance-wise in my story than that, and that's just me personally. If you watch Rainbow High and you like it, it's one of your favorite shows, I don't mind. Like, it doesn't hurt my feelings, it doesn't make me think any less about you, it's just my taste. I would absolutely love an animated series for a doll line that actually is good, like, just objectively good to an outside person, like, somebody who isn't a doll collector maybe stumbles upon the show and is like, "Oh, hey, this is pretty good. There's dolls? This is based on a doll line? Holy crap." Something like that? I would like to see that. I will definitely check that out if there is an animated series. I think I'm gonna call it there. I am really tired from making this particular video. Feel free to share your thoughts. If you have different opinions than me, it does not bother me at all. I do not mind people giving me their opinions, even if it's completely opposite of mine. But I just wanted to offer some thoughts to my community over what's been going on lately with MGA, and I would love to hear yours too. So we'll talk again later. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Okay, bye.